Aha! Thanks again, Demi. Now I just have to. Maybe that'll catch me up on Athena, but yeah. Now I just have to catch up on Reaper.
Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello.
Hi.
Everyone doing?
I wanna have a choice words with my underground neighbor. Well, below.
Your underground neighbor. Is that your pet name for Satan?
No, sorry, I should have said the motherfucker living below me. I have very choice words.
Hold on. I don't know. For this, we might need Satan. That might be the only option.
I mean, shit. If
Okay.
Jesus doesn't help, yeah, well.
We need help. Whoever answers, answers.
Hell, it can be Zeus who answers.
All right. So
Is everybody
let
actually
me
here?
go over to here. Let's see. Daisy,
Yeah, man.
Dune,
Yo.
Rudiger,
Yes. Hello.
Vannon.
Yep.
There he is. Olive
Yep.
and Harry.
Indeed.
Everyone's here. Hello, everyone.
Woo!
Good afternoon.
We're
Good
not half an
evening.
hour late? What the heck?
What's going on? All right. So, a small little bit of a recap because we had a little bit to get into from last session.
Mm-hmm.
So, the group now understanding that a plan has been made to take care of the chain bearers within Ridian, Fort Ridian, have now made a plan with the people of Annie Kotal, or more closely, Ilnay Twilight Runner, the captain of the guard. The group have made a small agreement within the time limit of a couple of weeks that Ilnay will provide some supports towards the fort while the ships of the HDM barrage and take care of the enforcers down in the remains of Boshian. Most of the, or at least half of the members of the current group have currently been cursed from a individual's harrowed soul, which has now been turned into something called a deathly howl. A creature gathered from sins from a unknown lady of the night, from an assassin who had been coerced and tricked into doing such things, and now seek to put away the soul of the sinful individual and maybe remove the curse from themselves, which is slowly withering them away. Now heading towards the north and their supposed
the
target into the mountain range above Anikotal,
I am below.
they had
thee,
now
but
discovered,
nothing
or had been
above me.
discovered, by a group of wyverns within the coastal cliff sides of the mountain range. But in the midst of battle and the cause of a large amount of noise had attracted a much larger foe coming
Much,
up from
much
the
larger.
ravine itself, a large cliff
I keep forgetting to use my
dragon,
paladin card, man.
which is now bearing down towards the group. And we
Literally have one day
just
left.
ended there. So, I hope you guys had planned what you were wishing to do in this time, as we're going to get straight into it.
We're going to run.
Dune,
Okay.
you're up.
My first question was, I see the picture. I see the scale of the picture. Is that true to scale?
That is currently true to scale.
Ah, Jesus. Okay.
There's a gargantuan.
There it is. Just wanted to be sure. That's a big fucking thing. I was just planning on climbing up to here and then taking the dodge action.
Okay. So currently dodging.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and give you. You know what? Let's give you this one for
Fancy.
your dodge, and that is your turn.
Yep.
Excellent, Vannon, you are up.
So the cannonball's 20 feet up, right?
This area here, it is around about 20 foot up. Correct.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is do a mold earth right in front of Harry, between Harry and the Drake.
Okay.
A 5-foot wall, basically.
All right.
Like right here.
Oh, yeah, what was this thing
Go ahead
called?
and draw where you want it.
Yeah.
I can see that. Thank you.
And then I'm going to take 5 feet over, and now I should be able to see the top of the, or at least
He
see
shared
where
it, but I
the
don't
ledge at.
see it.
I'm gonna say give me a perception check in this moment in time. Sure.
Okay. So now I'm going to Misty Step up to the top,
All right.
and then run away.
Okay. It is difficult terrain up here.
Okay,
Just a
so
friendly
yeah,
heads up.
we are
Okay.
here, I guess.
There he is.
Try and keep it on the
I
map.
guess it
We're
is
not
a
gonna go
Drake.
any farther from this, otherwise I will have this guy start chasing whoever the heck is running. So that is Vannon's turn. Daisy, you're up.
Big turn here.
So for Daisy's turn,
Yes, 1, 2,
I'm going to
3,
go
4,
ahead
5.
and cast a second level aid on Harry, myself, and Dune. Harry should be just within, and Dune as well. So we all
Okay.
gain 5 maximum HP for 8 hours.
How's that work with temp HP out of curiosity?
Your maximum goes up, so your temp
Maximum
stays the same.
goes
Yeah.
up.
Oh, it's actually not temp. Okay.
Yep.
Just
Do we
curious, didn't you
gain?
have that on these three before?
I had a third level on them. Yeah.
How long does that last?
8 hours.
Okay. All right. And those can stack?
Well, I didn't put it on them again, but yeah.
I know. Okay, so
Said
Harry
as-
has it,
Yes.
or does theirs go away?
This is this.
It's not concentration,
Yeah.
so I
Okay,
can't
yeah.
imagine it goes away.
Yeah. So choose up to 3 creatures in range. It's
Okay.
target hit. Yeah.
Yep, so it doesn't exactly stack for the professor. Or did you put it on Dune this time?
Dune. Yes.
Okay.
Dune.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Dune, Harry, and myself. You gain
Back in
5
abilities,
extra.
okay.
And you cast it at first level?
Yeah. No, second
Mm.
level. So
Second level.
it's plus 5.
Each level above second. Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then
Okay,
I thought it said second
I-
or above, so I was like, oh, do I get bonus?
yeah.
not yet.
Alright, so I will now order the owls to, using their talents, grab a hold of the party and take us away. Flying
Okay,
at full speed.
so, all right. So these guys are moving away from this wyvern?
Yes, and they don't provoke attack of opportunities.
They don't?
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, they don't.
Do we
Okay.
get the HP that like comes with that
Yes.
automatically? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really, really lucky. All right.
Owls are stupid, no matter the size.
Yep. So, let's see. I'm
can fly
assuming you're wanting
120.
the closest ones to go for the furthest. So this one would be going for Harry,
Yep.
I assume.
Yes. What
Okay, what
allows
is
them
their
to move
movement speed?
120 feet. Yeah.
120 feet. Okay.
Yep.
From
They're
the
going
top.
to grab and fly away as far as possible.
Which direction?
They are all going to spread out. So let's say Harry's. I mean, you can see this, right?
Right, number 8
This one will
is
go.
to head in this
this-
direction.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Vannon's is gonna go about like 30 degrees away from Harry's.
Okay.
Like mine will then go this way.
Okay.
The professors, then dunes, then
So
olives. Just making
this
it so
one's
that we're not
here.
like covered in things massive area.
Okay. So this one is essentially out. So
Does that mean I'm
Harry,
out?
you get to see this.
Ah, yes, Abyss. I love it.
You
Actually,
don't
Abyss would be more
see-
comforting, honestly.
You honestly, I did not think that this was actually a one-way thing, so give me a moment. This should have been one way, allowing you to actually see over it. Do, do, do.
I want to
Curse
see.
me. Oh my misdirection. Where the heck did I go? Oh, there we go. Okay. Dynamic lights, and this should be a one-way. In the other direction?
Ah, I can see. Except
You
for
can
this
see now?
one odd pixel right here for some
Yeah. So you can see now.
reason.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. There we
Like,
go.
except for that one odd pixel.
Right. Except for the one odd pixel in this space over here that's unknown.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that one.
A little
Uh,
bit of some unknown areas, but we work. Okay.
That'll work.
See here. So this one is gonna probably go for Vannon. And he's gonna get out. So Vannon is out. I'm gonna say with a flag, he's officially out.
Oh, Dan resubbing 73
If we're
months.
classing a full retreat,
Thank you.
Yes.
Are
I
you
want to
getting
With your
officially out?
Prime Gaming.
Yes, full retreat.
Okay, got it. So Bannon is officially out with 7. I'm gonna put him over. Gonna put him over in a distance far away from here, but he's gonna be right there and say he's out. Harry, you are not currently out at the moment. You're still on the map. This one here already has Olive.
Yep,
How
I'm already
many
on
can
its
they
back.
carry?
Yes, Olive is on its back. It doesn't say really how many people it can carry.
What's the strength score?
13. So +1.
13.
If
Okay.
you want to go by D&D rules, the carrying capacity is strength score multiplied by 15.
We're also considering the fact that they don't usually carry things on their back.
They're Fey. You don't know their life.
Your accents are great.
I mean, you could have
All right,
6
you know
grab
what?
Olive
Yeah.
from its back and then have Daisy just dip with that one that Olive is currently carrying.
I mean, there's enough for each of us to have our own.
Yes.
There is
So-
enough for everyone to have their
And
own. Correct.
there's one left over to make a distraction.
Yes, there is. So this one is going to just officially GTFO
Yeah.
with Olive. So she's out. Are you accepting the way out, Olive? Are you accepting the fight, or are you accepting the owl?
Oh, yeah, I'm taking the owl. So I jumped on
Okay.
its back last round.
This
Let's
is true.
see.
I saw a
This
way
one
out, and I'm like,
here-
I'm taking
yeah.
it.
Let's see here. So this one is going to go for you and start making their way out. So I'm going to say, yep, you're officially out too with that one. All right. How fucked up are these things going to get from this thing? So you are officially out.
Professor should be next with number 4 since he is cursed.
He goes up and is officially out. So you are out. Professor, add your flag. There we go. And the closest one would be 3 for Dune,
Yeah.
just on the edge.
Oof.
And this one's going to probably move forwards to create distraction. So if this one moves here, Dune is there and is
Woo woo.
out. Yeah. Harry is the only one technically on the board. However, he's not the current target for this big guy.
I appreciate that. That means I
Yeah.
get a front row seat, right?
Oh, yeah. You're about to see what the fuck this guy was about to do to you guys. So, Daisy, is that their turn?
Indeed, that is their turn. That
Okay.
is my turn, and I hope this all works out.
So, this thing is hearing the screeching of the wyvern. Is going to open his character sheet and
Yes, fuck you.
To
cast
the
fuck
legend.
you. Yeah, so he's gonna go here. And you are out of the range. You
Me?
lucky son of a gun. Yes. You are out of the range of the fuck off frickin' thing that's about to barrage down the frickin' cliffside. As you are flying away on your owl, you see the static energy coming up from the creature's maw as a gathering of acid and spittering and shattering stone escapes from the drake's mouth. So I need a thing is they don't ever have a nice line for a 10-foot line. They just have a nice 5-foot line. And he's gonna move one more forwards just to say fuck up everything. And yeah.
Oh.
So a 6-foot long and 10-foot wide line will hit pretty much everything in that path. I need that owl to make a dexterity save.
It's attacking the
Please.
wyverns then, essentially?
Yes, it is, because they're creating a shit ton of
There's-
noise.
Do some of us see this, actually?
Absolutely.
We're all
You
running away.
would
What
look
owl?
back and you would just see pretty much everything in that line just get pretty much obliterated.
Yeah.
Wyverns actually look pretty messed up, but are still able to fight.
We fucked a couple of them up pretty good.
Owl blew up.
But the
Hey, like-
owl just obliterates and is completely turned to feathers. This one wyvern here is going to turn around and head towards the drake, letting you guys make an escape if you wish, as those two seem to bear down towards the larger drake, and it seems to quickly chomp onto one of the nearby wyverns.
Yeah,
We
just
can fly
the
around them, right?
just the average damage without the temporary HP, the 34 and the 23 added together would have put me at 1. Just saying.
Yeah,
me out.
and if that had
Knock
hit
me out.
us without
It's
the
usually vineyard.
freaking aid, whoa. Yeah. We
It's
got
Hey,
57?
DM, can you roll the damage?
That's 57 HP
For
average?
All of it.
That would have knocked me out.
68
Oh,
and
that was the
48.
Knocked out.
Yeah, it was the 49
49.
total.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see
Oh,
the
it was
49. My bad.
It would
Yeah.
put me at
worries.
exactly 0 because I have 1
No,
temp
we
HP.
got away. But I want
No,
to see
no,
what
it
would
would've
have happened.
it would have gone a little
I rolled
over.
my
It would've
saving
gone a little
throw,
over.
rolled a natural 1,
The
Five,
average
I would've
is
failed.
57, which
and
is
the
exactly
average
how
was
much HP I have
57
for
hit
12.
points, and I have 58.
Yeah,
So I would have
it
taken
would
the
have
full
been
force.
around about
But we're gone.
28 acid damage and 21
Oh wait, no, I was
piercing
raging.
damage.
That would have taken half the piercing.
I was
Yep.
gonna add 0.
It would have been half acid and half piercing.
Yikes.
So I could take another
let's-
hit.
I could too.
Yeah. So, unless you guys are wishing to observe this particular fight and maybe
No,
attract
we
the
got
attention of whoever
something else
wins.
to look
I'm
for.
wanting the
Oh, yeah.
owls to
No.
keep going forward since they
We
only
got
listen to me.
shit to do.
Yeah.
Well, we
No,
wanna-
thank
Alright.
We
you.
want to like fly around them and keep heading up the mountain, right? We're not.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
up the
Not enough.
mountain, yes.
Okay. In this moment in time, as you guys are moving away from this particular fight, I need someone to roll me a survival check with disadvantage, please.
I'm using light, by the way, on a rock I have just to have a little bit of light.
I can do it if you guys want.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it,
Should we-
Hattie.
Actually,
Survival.
Drew, Harry has those little goggles, so
I was
get
born and
Harry.
raised in a city. I know nothing about outdoors.
I will say if someone wishes to aid him, I will allow you to roll normally.
I have
I'll
proficiency
aid
in
him.
survival.
I'll aid as
If he needs, oh, okay, yeah. Whoever wants to aid him, I'm saying I have proficiency, so I can aid him too.
My
If I
proficiency
get
go
2
ahead and
aids,
aid.
do I get advantage?
No, sorry.
You have
Dang.
super aids now.
Okay, so I get to roll regularly.
hmm
I'm really bad at these.
Is it animal handling or persuasion to calm a crying baby?
Right. You're bedtime. She's not happy.
I can tell. Doesn't answer my question.
It doesn't. Nothing
Animal
really seems to
handling.
work,
Animal
honestly.
handling? That's what I thought.
100% animal handling.
Especially during diaper changes.
Really more
No,
performance.
diaper
that's
changes is
100%
survival.
survival.
Yeah.
I call it.
That's a survival
performance.
check.
I would actually call that performance.
So-
to get it
Performance.
What
over.
about sleight of hand? Come on.
That's part of performance. Yeah. That's
Mine starts
entertaining,
spinning
not calming
around
down.
while she's on the changing table.
All right. So with a 22.
Can confirm,
okay.
right? Animal handling.
You can see as you're starting to fly over, there are a small gathering of nearby other small cliff pathways that you can see. You can even see, in fact, that the pathway that you could have taken near the coastline, there seems to be 3 smaller pathways diverting, and what looks to be 2 larger individuals just peering over the cliffs, seeming to be observing and patrolling the area there.
Gloop and glorp.
Moving on, you can see further up there does seem to be a larger looking mountain in the very center. What looks to be a gathering of thunder clouds and a small storm seems to be brewing directly above it. However, there does seem to be a diverting path away from where you were currently fighting a couple of minutes ago. Now seems to divert down into a small pathway into a ravine. And you can see what seems to be a larger looking individual, however, more stone and darker gray tones,
Oh, I only have
looking relatively not as big as the Drake that you were currently handling, but maybe around about 10 to 12-ish foot tall individual that is currently looking around
Oh, I
at the
cast Armor of
sky,
Pegasus.
seems to look in your general direction before leaning down into what seems to be a cavern.
My rage is
Baby
gone.
Drake. Do we get any sense, since we were cursed by this thing, do we get any sense of if we're approaching it or not? Like some kind of impending dread feeling of any sort?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, okay.
Harry, the creature you saw currently below you and went into the cavern looks a lot more humanoid than Drake.
Okay. Whenever I get the next chance, I'll make sure to relay the information about the people overlooking, the onlookers, the gray figure, and the human-like figure that ducked into the cavern. So just kind of trying to relay everything to everyone.
Are we relatively close to each other?
I'm not sure we're whipping away on an eagle.
Yes.
It's like trying to
Oh.
talk while skydiving.
I'd say you're currently maybe 10 or so feet away from each other, like casual V formation.
I'm gonna try and do a minor illusion of what I saw that night, because they don't know what we're looking for, and see if it's kind of what they saw.
Didn't you already do that in the Spit House?
Did I?
Everyone? I think
You
you
did.
already
Oh, I
showed-
did.
thought
You're
so,
right. Never
too.
mind. Yeah.
Did any of those match
Again, a
that?
small flashing reminder. None of those faces match that, no. you can't help but notice the individual look up out of the cavern towards your group and seem to rush down the trail and seem to drift into a small space within the intermingled growth of the stone and has left his cavern for the time being.
That's very rabbit-like. I feel like I can understand that. Does that seem more like it's scared of flying things?
It seems. Give me an insight check. Professor, you believe you do feel a slight presence coming from not only downwards, but more towards the north western side.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely wave my arm around to get everyone's attention and point in that direction. And then, do I control this owl at all, or is it all on Daisy?
I'll let them have control over their
I'll
respective
kind
owl.
of like wave for everyone to follow me, and I'll start angling my owl toward that direction.
Okay. Harry, you get the genuine idea that this is someone who is going to get back up. He's looking like he's getting others to join him.
Okay.
Continuing on.
Okay, following the professor.
All right. Professor, you make
Yes.
your way into the night as all of you do hear a shriek in the air towards the northwest.
Familiar shriek?
Familiar shriek. Gathering of birds shoot out from a small outcropping in the stone. Gathering of crows slowly winging out, spreading, surrounding, and then slowly regathering into the space of
What's
where
the
the
bird wing
shriek
sound
had
like?
come from.
Guessing that's what we're looking for.
Vannon and Daisy.
Yes.
Perception checks.
Did you mean Olive? Cursed people?
Sadly, no.
Oh, okay.
They are the guys that have the highest passive perception. Daisy.
Yeah.
I'm
I
stealing
thought you
your
said
opinion.
olive.
I
Like, I saw you said olive at a high perception. I was like, what?
See you in a
Nope.
moment.
It's a win.
Oh, they said Daisy and Vannon, and then KB asked about Olive.
That was like a continuation of like
Yeah.
sensing the death hell. I guess not. Kill this thing, get the fuck out of here. Place is dangerous.
I have a super stupid idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this moment to go heat up some food real quick.
Or it could be an amazing one. Problem is,
Usually how it goes.
we'll see.
Be worth a shot.
Daisy will double back around and go for that.
Okay. You will notice as you are flying forwards, Daisy immediately brings the owl up. It screeches out from the sudden tugging of the reins as it will suddenly fly back towards something behind you.
The hell is Daisy going?
I don't know.
Should we follow?
She didn't
She
say
indicate
follow.
where it's for?
Can't see anything
She
up
just
here.
turn around and go. Was there any like hand signals or anything?
Daisy, do you allow the rest of the owls to follow
Yes.
you?
Yes, I
Okay.
give them an order to follow.
Okay, all of you feel the sudden tug of the owls making a full 180 as Daisy seems to have caught something.
Okay.
All right.
As you guys move up, Daisy, you can see still slowly rotating in the air what looks to be a red-backed but faceless card.
All right. Can someone grab that? In case it knocks me out, I don't want all of us to fall.
Maybe you should use my mage hand to get it.
That also works, yes.
So Van, I'll cast mage hand and have it go and grab the card.
You cast Mage Hand, the hand drifts over, and the moment that the hand connects, you see it disappear and vanish in a classic sparkle.
Probably a good thing you didn't touch that.
Arcane entity has been completely removed.
Okay.
We should cut down this tree, right?
Yeah, maybe not.
Currently, what you see is in front of you is a blank playing card. One completely blank face, the other is red with a checkered looking pattern. You see it simply rotating around about 10 feet above the current mountain peak that it resides over.
Is it like a normal size card or is it like 5 feet tall?
No, it's a normal sized looking card.
How far off the ground are we?
The current depends. Are you having the owls try and rest on the mountainside, or
No, I'm just trying to see if there's any place to land nearby.
there does seem to be a small platform nearby where you could probably make your way towards it.
All right.
Could Van do an Arcana check to see what would be causing it to float?
Sure.
27.
Vaden,
Hello.
I'm gonna steal you for a second.
Ba-doop,
Shit.
ba-doop. Good job, boys.
Like, I want to grab it, but Daisy would not, because right now we're all
Exactly.
flying on owls. Because Rob said that, I'm like, son of a bitch. Is it one of the things, or is it not? So, we shall see.
This is why I like dice games. Never seen no floating dice in the middle of the mountains.
Fair enough. Like, the moment he's like, oh, you see out of the corner of your eye a floating card. I'm like, you said a card, right? Like, okay. I guess we're going. Because why would there be a floating card in the middle of a freaking mountain range?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, what you guys doing?
Anyone have any ideas?
Yeah, keep heading in the direction I was indicating.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but I'd kind of like to not be cursed.
Yeah, let's go kill this thing. Gotta just...
It may be something useful. If we get closer, we might see what it is. We may skip over it, but we may at least try to figure out what it is first.
Go right ahead, Magic Man.
And then
All right.
the owl get closer.
Who's owl?
Vannon, I let him
Yep.
take control of his owl.
Okay. Vannon, you move up.
I'll move 10 feet away from it.
All right.
God, be careful, Dannon.
Give me a perception check.
I'm always great at these.
Drake in
Let's make that
disguise!
last time.
Oh, here comes the beam.
You are unable to read the scripture you saw in the blank face. You know it's there, but you're unable to read it.
Does anyone have a better way to be able to see what that says?
A better what?
Being able to see better, because apparently I'm more or less blind.
I'll
Yeah, you
fly
can do
on
both.
over next to him and try to see what he's saying with the light on my hands.
Daisy.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, give me an Arcana check.
15.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, son of a gun. 13.
You can see very faint looking writing on the blank face. What looks to be a jumble of words at first, but the longer you look at it, they do seem to create words along the very blank
Yeah.
surface. However, on the back, where the red checkered pattern is, does have some sort of symbolization, familiar symbolization.
Familiar how?
Yeah, why not? Roll me one history check. If you fail, that's it. Never mind.
Nice.
You recognize this the few times that you have encountered death or danced with it. You see brim-tipped hats, shadowed face, hands holding a fan of decked cards. Just a shimmer of that appears in the moonlight where the checkered red pattern can be seen.
Son of a bitch.
Barkeeper.
Of course it is.
Seems that you have found one of the card keeper's cards.
I will, to make sure, I'll order the other 4 owls to land and say, Vannon, if we begin, do you have a feather fall by any chance that could slow our descent?
I don't have it prepared.
Damn it. Okay, well,
Since being cursed, Vannon's spell repertoire is
Yeah.
really
I
limited.
have a 1 and a 3 is all I have left, but I don't have it prepared.
yeah, that prepares the fight. Alright,
Do I see what these two idiots are doing?
They're both currently flying maybe 10 or so feet away from what looks to be a rotating small bit of shadow on the peak of a nearby mountain.
What the hell are you two looking at?
Vannon, this may be a card from the dealer. So I'm gonna have you land.
It may be kind of nice to have.
Hello,
Or
y'all are
is it-
going. Oh.
Yes. And so, do you want to take it, or I
They're
take
ignoring
it
me.
since you
Wow.
already cursed?
Wow.
I want to try it.
All right. I'll position myself so I can catch him if he falls.
Okay.
So Van will just fly toward it and then try to reach out to try to grab it.
Okay. So you're doing this on the owl. Got it. Give me an
Yep.
acrobatics check.
Great.
17.
Nice.
17.
Impressive.
You slide to the side, seeing that it's a little out of your reach originally, as you grab a hold of some of the nearby feathers of the owl. You hear a slight screech from the owl as you
slide.
just hold on for dear life to grab a hold of the card.
Oh,
As
ball.
you hear a voice. I will place character above riches, concern for others upon personal wealth. I will never boast, but cherish humility instead. I will speak the truth at all times and forever keep my word. I will defend those who cannot defend themselves, and I will honor and respect the innocent. As a card flares from your hands, you see what looks to be the vision of a giant helmet in the air, as forming directly behind your owl, you hear a voice echoing behind your head. Excuse me, sir, but may I be at your service?
I turn around. Is someone actually visibly there?
You turn around and see fur, sprouted ears, a pointed nose, however, chainmail, a great sword on his back. At your service, sir!
Another fucking rat.
You son of a bitch!
No, this is like,
Apologies, but an envoy of ours had a bit of an issue from what I hear. And from my delegations, I think it was a little bit rude. So I have come to kind of even the offer.
no, is this
remember
like a
talking to a
normal
rat.
size rat, or is this like a human size rat?
No, this current individual who is currently holding around your arms around seeing he's on an owl, is standing around about almost 5 foot tall, just wearing a set of actually plate mail. Never mind chain mail and shield. He is currently wearing plate mail as he is looking at you with a slight smile and just. So, just a curious little question. Why are we flying?
Is it an
Fatted, what the
anthropomorphic?
fuck?
Is it an anthropomorphic rat, or is it just straight up a giant rat?
This is an anthropomorphic rat.
Okay.
This is a
Put your ideas in a
humanoid-looking
text so I
rat
don't
that is
forget,
currently
and I'll
wearing
have the
plate
reference.
mail and has a giant great sword on his back.
Skaven, kill it. Kill it immediately.
Skaven.
It's after us. It knows what we did to its siblings.
I tell them we're running from a gigantic Drake thing, but we're trying to go hunt down a evil ghosty thing.
Sort of like a banshee as I
mhm.
yell over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me check what this does per se.
All right.
Oh, Rob, I'm sorry, I meant to type you this before the session started, but my
Yes.
question, can I get that
Yes.
out? Quick. Okay.
Sure
Alright, thank you.
thing. Go ahead. While I'm checking out what the fuck this does real quick. Because for those who might be catching on, Vannon, you see that before the card disappeared, the face of the Jack of Hearts appeared. Before it turned to dust and fire.
Radicus is the name. I can't believe
Let's
it.
see here. So, okay. I'm gonna ignore that particular part. However, you gain the service of a knight who appears within space you choose within
No.
30 feet of you. This particular knight is of the same race as you, which I'm ignoring because he's a ratkin. And serves you loyally until death. Believes the
hell yeah.
fates have drawn him or her to you. You control this particular ratkin.
I'm just going to say, this is probably the best implementation of this I've ever seen. Because I know what it is.
Oh yes,
So, no,
I did tell you.
it's a
There are
brilliant
Joker cards out there, and there are
Sir,
card dealer cards out there. You just need to find them.
I will be looking for the Queen of Hearts for
Uh-huh.
reasons.
Yes. So, Vannon, out of mild
Those
curiosity,
have picked up on it. That's a card
you
from the
can
deck of many
send
things.
me a message of this. What is your alignment? Please send me your alignment
All right.
in a message, please. Thank you.
So, and he got the Jack of something.
What is? Ooh, that is a good question.
Jack of Hearts, yeah.
Got it. So, this particular Rakin will follow your orders, Vannon. However, if you are unconscious or otherwise inexposed, he will follow the orders of the rest of the group. However, he is technically at this moment in time one of the party and does have health and can die. So keep that in mind. But he does
Yay,
have
extra
stuff.
party member.
So, yeah. You have Radicus currently
So now we
at
have
your disposal.
what was it? Radicus?
Radicus.
Radicus.
Vadin, I'm
We have
gonna set us
Radicus,
down.
Radicus, and Harry Harrington.
yes.
I set us down next to the rest of the party.
Radicus will flex on top of the back of the owl.
How did you almost
Yeah, it does.
What the hell is that?
Well, the card was the card from the dealer.
It was a card.
I asked Vannon if he wanted me to touch it or him to touch it since he's already cursed, and then he said he'll do it. So I made sure he wouldn't fall, and then poof, rat
We have a new
appears
friend.
in full
He's stronger
plate
than
armor.
Dune.
What? Also, at
I
this
can
point, since
confirm he
we're
is
down,
not.
the owls disappear because it's probably been an hour.
Hello, Radicus. You just there.
Yeah, how
Not
long
been
has
an
it
hour
been?
yet, has
There's
it?
no way it's been an hour.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, it's not been an
No,
hour
no,
then, just
no.
Philip.
Has not been an hour. It's
Okay.
been maybe 30 or so minutes at this point.
Yeah, let's keep
Okay.
going.
All right, great. You
Focusing for
touched the
now.
floating card
Uh,
and found a talking rat.
Yeah.
Dune is going to
Heard
look
that you
at
taking
like
him out of a little hat and throwing him at people.
Dune's
Mhm.
gonna like eye up Radicus. Is he like is he a lycanthrope by chance? From what Dune thinks.
Uh, give me a nature check. Let's see. Although, what was the name of it? Oh no. KB,
Yes.
what is your answer to your question? Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is,
How easy
That
would
the
it
most
be to
profound?
betray the party? Just take out the cleric.
It's not the most profound question, but I feel like it's probably the most useful given the current situation.
hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna take you away for a second, real quick, KB.
Okay.
So I did a GIF of Cardcaptor Sakura. Not too far from what actually happened.
No, not really.
Dude, I was not expecting a card from the deck of many things
Right?
to just be above a mountain. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, like I was internally like, bro, if this is a card of or the deck of many things, I'm gonna lose it.
Huh?
And then when he touches it, it pulls out a freaking rat. I'm like, I play a lot. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, because I thought, oh, it's just a Joker. Nope.
Yeah, that was a Joker.
Yeah, because I wanted to fucking, go ahead and if it was a joke, I'm like, oh, okay, so we're all good, but still being cautious because I'm keeping valid on myself above ground. I'm like, you go.
But
I was
no, yeah,
freaking
just for those of you
the rat.
who haven't played it yet, there's a card from the deck of many things. Super metagame is a. I don't want to say it. It is a certain. It's an actual kind of player character kind of stat block. And yeah, loyal servant.
How do you think it's gonna feel what you throwing his brother into pits and distractions?
Only one way to find out, isn't there?
Yep.
And I do have one more charge left, so we'll see if it comes up. So yeah, we got a card from the deck of many things. I might just touch the blank one. I'm not gonna lie. Because he said there was two. One had scribblings and one was blank, I think. Or maybe I misheard. I was doing an intelligence to see if I would stop myself, but I don't think I would. But I'm guessing the other one was blank because it was touched. And so maybe they're both blank now. Or it's just the void, Nothing says rounding out a D&D game like having two characters in 3 different editions. Get sucked out by the void.
Okay. If we're all just kind of hovering around still, I guess you would know if you're looking at the professor, you'll notice his eyes kind of roll back into his head and he convulses a little bit. Just for a brief second, and then he snaps back too. Okay. Death
Are you good?
Howler. Yeah, I received some divine inspiration. This thing we're going for, it is completely immune to anything but magical damage.
Yeah.
Has some sort of flying ability. It's completely immune to poison, necrotic, and cold damage. And once we start this fight, it's either it dies or we die. There's no retreating. There's no turning back. Let's go!
DM.
Yes.
You said there were 2 said pedestals, one with a blank face and one with markings. 2 of these
On the
cards.
card. No, there was one card, and
Okay.
it was turning one had the red checkered mark with the card
Mhm.
keeper on one side. The other had scriptures that
All right.
Like what else? Oh, restorative magic may or may not affect it. I don't know. Essentially, Daisy, your spell slots are pretty priceless right now.
Yes, and let's just say I'm tapped in the higher spots. I only have one left, so we should make it count.
And
So
yeah,
with all
Dune
this,
could at least do fire with his wraps, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got that. It does have some flying ability. I don't know. It seems like it's almost impossible to like pin down. So I don't know what this is gonna look like. So essentially, I'm out of wild magic slots. So Harry and I are all but useless in this fight. I mean, maybe we can draw its attention a little bit and soak up some of the damage. That's probably about all we're gonna be able to do.
You are looking over, and at this time, the wailing sounds have gathered a mass of crows that seem to be amassing around the area like a dome, slowly
That's
swirling around the
that's the
area.
same. That's the same area I'm getting the foreboding feeling from.
Mm-hmm.
I take. Yep, that's it right there. Might as well go for these owls run out.
Mr. DM,
Yes.
you never answered my question.
Which question was that?
Dune is looking over this rat to see if it is a were rat or not.
No, he is not. He seems
Okay.
to be full rat.
Okay.
Full rat man.
all right. So there's an area that you feel foreboding. How far away?
It's the one where you see that massive murder of crows circling around. It's right in the middle of that.
About how far away, DM?
Looks to be maybe a couple hundred or so feet away.
Shit, if we were really inclined, we could walk, I guess. But
Oh, yeah, that does look pretty ominous. Now you say it.
yes,
Okay.
By any chance,
What does it mean?
is it weak to the
It
sun?
means all powerful.
not that I know of.
All powerful. Oh, great.
I imagine it favors the darkness, but I don't think it's in any way weak to sunlight.
Well, we'll see when I blast it with daylight.
So, hey, Vannon, you got that familiar of yours?
I haven't done it, but I can bring them up because that's just a ritual.
Yeah, I got a stupid idea.
I do have okay. I have an attack I can launch against it. I can do a little damage actually myself. That's the idea.
If we can get the familiar inside its lair, there's a chance we might be able to do something. But yeah, we'll have to see. So I want
Okay.
to see
Right.
if we can plant one of the beans in its lair.
Okay. Okay. We honestly would probably be better off engaging in its lair so it can't gain too much height on us as opposed to outside. I'm for this plan, 100%.
I love this plan.
But
I
it
am
can't
all
know
for it.
we're here.
So yeah, let's stay here.
All
Okay,
right. I'm
so-
curious what's going to happen.
All right.
So Vanna will walk off toward the side, away from everything, so it's out of the way, and then
Okay.
sit down and start ritual casting the Find Familiar spell.
All right.
And then I'm going to pour some water inside one of my vials. Now, the key is, Vannon, make sure that the familiar gets pretty close.
I could just have him run right into it.
Well, it has to plant the seed.
Oh,
And so I'm going to give you a vial of water with it. Has to put it in the ground and then cover it in water. Think you can do that?
Definitely try.
All right. Preferably summon something that hard to spot or easy to get in, get out. Well, I guess it doesn't really have to get out, does it?
No.
My guess is by that howling that's going on, it knows we're at least close. So I don't know how much of the element of surprise we're gonna be able to depend on. This is just a guess, though I don't have information either way.
Or, I mean, the name's a death howl. Maybe it just howls.
It's a very good point. That is what it does.
I mean, it's
Well,
kind of
dude,
in the
in
name.
the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
Maybe it's just doing it just because it likes to, hear itself.
Does
howl.
right what it says on the tin. Yeah.
At any rate, I suggest you get there before these owls disappear, so we at least have that added distraction. I don't, Daisy. These owls don't do any sort of magical damage, do they?
They do not. They
Okay,
just they do normal owl damage.
I definitely got plenty of magic damage if you need that.
Normal owl.
What we need.
What does that even mean?
Remember,
They can slash
it's
you,
owl
dude. They
damage.
can slash you.
Yeah, just it's key to
Ooh,
remember
like, that hurts so bad.
any
you're gonna
sort
have
of
the owls
non-magical
slash us?
attack. Any non-magical attack will do nothing to this thing, so don't even waste your time.
I'm all magic.
Well,
Here.
my hands are magic now, so
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Guys, I'm non-magic. What do I do?
grovel, cower, and
You're the
beg.
bait, Harry. You're the bait.
Try
Whatever
not
Harry,
to
you
are
die.
you-
mean.
Here, I've got an option. I have a couple wild magic slots left. Are you good at throwing? Are you competent with throwing weapons?
I'm thinking a weasel.
It
Like, are
might,
you
if
as
it
good
can
with
burrow, maybe, sure.
are you as good at throwing shit as you are at shooting that bow?
I imagine my hand-eye coordination is probably pretty good.
Okay. Professor will reach into his belt, produce
Yeah, would I have any way to like give a advantage on that? I imagine so.
Are you proficient in throwing weapons?
Is that a whole separate thing?
Or sorry, no.
This-
What is it? You just need to be
Martial
proficient in
weapons?
the
Simple or martial, depends on the
Simple
weapon.
yes,
martial.
simple or martial.
as a fighter, I
good on
assume you
both.
are. Okay, the professor's gonna reach into his belt, like behind his back under his cloak, and pull out the +1 elven throwing dagger. You got one shot with this thing. It has to be thrown, but it does do magic damage. And hand it to Harry.
Or you can get real close and try and stab it.
So I'm
It's-
just like
I-
looking at the throwing knife, blinking. Like,
I'm
what
under
does this
the-
do?
I'm under the impression it's not magical unless it's thrown, right? Like it has to be thrown. Rob,
It has
correct?
to be thrown.
Yeah, it must be thrown.
Does it like come back to me or boomerang or anything?
Nope. You're gonna have to retrieve it. So you got one shot, but I mean it's better than not being able to do any damage.
So
It's essentially, if you want to add to your inventory, it's basically a +1 dagger, but it has to be thrown. Add a +1 dagger and just remember you gotta throw it.
do you think I could like band it to like an arrow and like use it as like a new point?
If you want to try and attach that dagger and maybe risk losing it, sure.
No,
Yeah,
no.
just throw it.
Harry kind of like looks at the throwing knife, just like, okay. He like puts his like folds up his bow and like
Harry
slots it in like
DMs.
his backpack. I'll look at the thing. And like looks at the knife, looks at his other hand, pulls out his shield. Like,
There you go.
guess this is the weaponry.
There you go. Something. I mean, it's not much, but it's something.
Can you describe to me what the knife looks like?
I don't. It's mainly just like an ornate dagger of elvish design. I don't think there's anything.
It seems rather heavier on the blade. It seems a lot more easier to throw than actually connect with your hand. It seems to actually be a bit off balanced when usually like swiping the air with it. You're able to get a more solid throw when you're able to throw this particular weapon.
So, is it of solid construction?
Oh,
Like,
it's
is
solid
there any
construction.
holes?
Fine
Is there any
construction.
gaps on it? Like,
Not at all.
so I couldn't like tie a rope to it.
You can certainly try.
I think something
I'm
is sticking
asking
the
with
rope.
my tinkering background. Like, does it seem like I'd be able to affix a rope to this reasonably and have it function properly?
It depends
On
on whether or not you're willing to maybe hit your friends.
It's not. Yeah, I'd imagine something as thick as a rope would affect the trajectory.
What
Like
would
you have
happen
a
if
wire? You have any
what
wire
would
by
happen,
chance?
what would happen if you tie a rope to it and just swing it around in circles? Because you're kind of throwing it at that point.
God.
Mhm.
Yeah.
because like you know like